Chapter 7. Do you remember the story of Jericho? Joshua in the Battle of Jericho? The walls come tumbling down. You know that story? God commands the people to march around the city 7 times, once a day, each day. And then on the 7th day, they're supposed to be quiet until they march around 7 times. And then they're going to shout with a loud voice. God promises he'll bring the walls down. That's exactly what he does. It's a picture of God's provision for his people. And it reminds us that God will fight our battles for us. That's a beautiful passage of Scripture. I want to go to just before that. Before all that happens, before they go into Jericho, there is a spiritual encounter where heaven and earth collide, and Joshua has a supernatural encounter with a man who says that he is the commander of the armies of heaven. And they have this. It's really interesting, actually. Joshua's like, "Who are you? Are you with us or are you against us?" And the man says, "Don't worry about that. I'm the commander of God's army." And that's comforting to me when I want to be on the right side of something and I'm trying to argue that I'm right. And I'm like, God's on my side. God's like, no. I am on my side. I am God. You better join me. I think that's a reminder for me. And so God gives some explicit directions for that battle in Jericho, where he says, any of the valuables you find, any gold, silver, anything of value to those people. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Anything of value to those people, don't take it into your tent. Because God knows that if they take the things that are valuable to them, they will become valuable to the people of God. And then there's a soldier, his name is Achan in chapter 7. He doesn't listen, he disobeys God. Joshua chapter 7 verse 20. Joshua is confronting Achan about that sin, and I want you to see what the scripture says. Joshua chapter 7 verse 20. I want you to watch this. I hope it looks very, very familiar to us this morning. Verse 20, Achan replied, "It is true, I've sinned against the Lord, the God of Israel. This is what I have done." Watch this now. When I saw, everybody say saw. When I saw the plunder and the beautiful robe from Babylonia, 200 shekels of silver and a bar of gold weighing 50 shekels, I coveted them. Say covet. And then I took them. You see that? Saw. Covet. What does covet mean? It means that he desired it, to have it more than anything else. He saw it, he coveted it, and he took it. And that's the way that sin works in our lives. And look at the next line, because the story is not finished. It's a beautiful parallel in that pattern. He says, and he took them, and they are hidden in the ground inside my tent. He knew that he had not met the standard of a holy God, and so he hid. Satan's strategy has not changed. It works for Eve. It worked for Achan. He's still using the same strategy today. I'll give you another. I'm not going to read it right now. If you're not convinced, go home and read 2 Samuel chapter 11. 2 Samuel chapter 11, you'll see King David taken by the same satanic strategy. He sees Bathsheba, desires to have her, even though it's contrary to God's will, takes her into his bed. And when his guilt is going to come to light, the man murders a guy in order to hide his sin. And then if you're not convinced, you can go to the story of Peter in John 18. And then you can go to Judas in Matthew 25. And you can see these pictures of people who think that God is holding something from them, desire for their own fulfillment, go and take the thing, realize they've broken the commandment of God, and hide. Jonah?
Elijah?
We can do it.
Was it Elijah?
Elijah, Ahab, and Jezebel match that pattern. And then if you're not convinced, you can come to my house and I will show it to you. Every day you can watch me fall around and fumble with the same thing. And if we're telling the truth, I could come and do that with you. Yeah. And every one of us will be able to say, here's the thing I saw. I thought it would be good, so I took it, and I realized I'm walking in disobedience to God.